Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jaybird. And now we're going to really show you the theory and bring you all these openings for a while here now. We're going to lay it all down. Just like it was back in 77, I knew I had a great thing. And it comes down to these two squares right here. All the Jaybird theory is in the two squares. Like I said, I knew, but I didn't know back then. And I knew it was great, and even today I'm still, and now it's true. It really, and how the pieces move in back in here through these two squares is the key to the whole thing right here. These two squares are everything. Now, what I have here, I did use the arrows, and let's get to it. And the openings will present themselves as what they are and what I'm telling you and how things work, and I hope I can express myself and you can understand this too as I'm going along. Okay, I'm in white. This is called one square, Nightbird, reverse, Donna Bird to bot 2000, game 49, and I did use the arrows. But let's check it out so you understand what's going on here about the one square in the reverse. The other videos, the last few that you've seen, was with the knight coming over the queen as the regular Nightbird. It was one square Nightbird. Now we're going to come over the king. Let's see it. E3, E6, E2. This is the beginning of the Nightbird reverse, because the bishop will end here, but the true Nightbird goes over the queen first, and then the bishop comes up, and it's all done in that square in the original state of form. But now we're doing a reverse. It's on the king side now. After E2, C6, G3, A6, E2, and there it is. Your one square Nightbird. Yes, that's the one square Nightbird, and if you bring it back, and then this pawn gets pushed up, that's Nightbird reverse too. This knight goes here, that pawn goes up, and then it goes over here. You see how this is what I'm trying to say to you. These two squares right here is the key to my whole theory. And my theory is called Jaybird theory. Now, the opening, I have a Jaybird opening, I have a Nightbird opening, Knight's Queen, and so on. I have the openings. But the total theory lies right here, the Jaybird theory. What I created in 1977 and knew and told Jay how these pieces can move in around the back. Now they can go up, come down, and come around and go back up. Now I think you can start to see it. After E2, H5, well, he just gave it away. So I took it. No big deal. All right, F6, G3, D5, come back. I don't need to venture on, push all these pieces up and try to be some mighty hero grandmaster that knows everything. No. After D5, D3, and this is the Jaybird theory right here. Now, D3, D6, pony up B3, castle, B2, E5, H4, E6. At any time, I can jump this knight back. After E6, H5, D4, I pass. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. After E4, B4 check, C3, takes C3, takes C3, D4, into the Donna's bird, D2, and look already how this is working here. You see, look at this working after D2, G4, takes G4, takes G4, H6, G6. Now, it's my choice arrows. This is the way I play. This is what I'm trying to bring to you, my theory, and how this is how I really played. That's why when pieces were getting stacked back then, Jay used to say, oh, you ain't taking nothing. and then pieces would get stacked up. Kind of like the Nightbird Tower and the Jaybird Tower and things like that was happening because we weren't taking pieces, or I wasn't taking pieces. He was the aggressive. I was the passive. After G6, A3, D8, takes B4, takes B4, H7, H8, A4, D3, takes D3. Now check this out. He goes B4. Well, why you say why don't we take? If he takes that queen, he's got to check. Next, he only move, block, checkmate. He's in a nating met, right? Nating met. Okay. Mating net. Okay. After B4, C3. I want to trade it. D4. Takes D4. Takes D4. He's still in the net yet. F3. E6. Castle. B8. Takes D4. Takes F6. If he took with the rook, I would take. If he didn't move that pawn, I would take. And then he's still, because he's in here, he can't take this. The rook's here, and he has to move the king to do something to get out of that. After F6, D8 takes, G7, H8, queen, F7, and there's game. Now, you know, just like Jay said, well, what's the difference? It's the same thing. No, it's not. When I first created my Jaybird and I kept playing it, and then I put a knight there instead of the other bishop, I said, there. He said, that's the same thing. I said, no, it's not. It's the knight, not the bishop. You know, here again, it looks, but it's not. It's on top of the king and not the queen. And this goes up to 2,900. I drawled it. But like I say, there's different variations to this and how you can do this. I'm not going to, you know, bring you I just got to bring you something so you can see and understand this is how you play. This is how my theory plays. This is how I play. And I use it online too. I'm playing it. You know, I like doing it. But I'm not going to stand here and give you 100 variations of my opening when you can perform it. And most of the time, you always got to push these two pawns up to do it because you know, if they get too aggressive, it don't work. And then you're going crazier stuff. But this game goes on like this. He blundered the piece. I pass. Everything's fine in this position. And I chose this. I chose this way of playing. I chose the hours. In other words, I'm saying how I see how the game should be played. Because the computer did not teach me how to open up and play like this. All right, there you have it. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm going to show you another one. Another one square Nightbird reverse. Thanks.